Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, all U.S. Constitution protects all Lives Matter members out there and their families. And good morning to our President, Donald J. Trump, and Vice President J.D. Vance, and our dear Attorney General, Pam Bondi, who's been getting lambasted and going right back at them. We are so proud of you, Miss Bondi, for going back at these Demorats that are trying to make you look like you're the culprit when they are actually the culprit. They're the ones who are running the cowboy program, COINTELPRO, Project M. That is why on January 6th, they used the poor boys as an scapegoat. They were running the cowboy program under the guise that they were going to take over the country, or in an attempt to take over the country, meaning the Demorats being guided by who? The treasonist Barack Hussein Obama, Joseph Biden. This is why Donald Trump never sent those text messages. They cloned his phone. They cloned my phone too, but it doesn't make a difference. These individuals need to be brought to justice, and they will be brought to justice soon. The Justice Department is getting closer and closer to you, Barack Hussein Obama. This is why when I challenged Merrick Garland to a surgical evaluation with UN treaty laws to be applied if any illegal surgical procedure was conducted in February of 2008. As you know, the BOP is a host of thieves. Carver Hall, dating back to Kathleen Hawke Sawyer, all of them, they've all been found to be inept. A lot of atrocities happened under their watch, and it was covered up. The attack on the Italian Americans and the Italian citizens and Sicilians of Italy is vast. This is why the United States of America needs to give reparation to the Italian American community, as well as the Italian citizens' families that they murdered with their tainted medicines and inept medical procedures that a dog wouldn't be subjected to. The only people who did such is called Hitler. They conducted that in Auschwitz. This is why you have the individual federal concentration camp, Allenwood, up there. The Federal Concentration Complex, FCC. And USP Allenwood, FCI Allenwood, and LSCI Allenwood, and you have the Capo unit, the rats in Unit 5. So again, and the Capo unit that's what the Nazis called the rat Jews who were ratting on the people in the ghettos. They even got a Capo unit in Farrington, in New Jersey. They got a Capo unit in FCI Allenwood. This here, ladies and gentlemen, is true, and it can be backed up by proof. My case hopefully is going to go to trial real soon, and we will reveal what I've been saying all along, that the corruption is going deep-rooted all the way into the federal courts by the judges appointed by Barack Hussein Obama to rewrite the Constitution through their rulings that conflict with the U.S. Constitution and U.S. Supreme Court law and congressional intent of Article 3, which Congress has the power to appoint judges to an Article 3 court to resolve disputes between citizens and the state or each other. This is so far to the left, it's not funny, because they very rarely do such. Only a certain select few get into an Article 3 court pretrial conference lately. And if you're a Demorat, they put you right in there. You get your justice. If you're a Republican, your stuff gets covered up and marked as frivolous. I can prove this beyond a reasonable doubt. I can prove tampering with evidence, not only in New York, Southern District, but also in the D.C. Circuit. Also in the District of New Jersey. Also in Northern District of West Virginia, where FCI Gilmore is, where a whole host of federal rats in the making are schooled. Thank you very much for listening to that. Secondly, is the Senate and Congress need to stop lambashing and politicizing their targets for gaining votes. You heard Hakeem Jeffries praising how we gained this, we gained that in the red zone. This ain't no basketball game. This is a country. You're dealing with people. You're not dealing with cattle. You're not dealing with pigs like Hakeem Jeffrey is. A pig. A political whore. Same thing with Chuck Schumer, is a political whore. Opens her legs to the highest bidder. Nancy Pelosi, a political prostitute. Maxine Waters, a political prostitute. Barack Hussein Obama, their pimp. You heard it, their pimp. Early on, when I started U.S. Constitution Protects All Lives Matter, Barack Hussein Obama's Secret Service staff came to my house, went to my friends, went to my neighbors, went to my mother, who just recently died of stage 4 brain cancer, and went to my brothers. One which is on tape at Ercolano's Salmodia in Jersey City on West Side Avenue. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, what I say is grounded with facts and evidence. The Demorats are trying to make this country communist, are trying to make this country an Islamic country. This will never happen. This country was founded by Christianity. This country was founded by the founding fathers because of persecution for religion. Mayor Mondani, which I am a resident of New York, I can't even get a surgical procedure that is needed because of city's negligence. What happened in the Bronx, I fell through a manhole cover. Lo and behold, there was a individual work order in to replace that. 19 months. 2 weeks later, after my foot went through, the whole thing was fixed. It takes a tragedy where a man is almost crippled, a U.S. Navy veteran, who not only is getting poor treatment, but is getting also denied the right to earn wages. So again, ladies and gentlemen, there's enough evidence against the Demorats. We just got to put it out there, even though Facebook and a few other areas are concealing it. Thank you.